What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to O'Leary's Garden, where life is a garden. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to start a new video series on books. So, book number one we're going to be talking about. Yes, I have read all these books that I'm going to mention to you. We're only going to talk about one today. In each video, I'm going to break down each of these books that I have read and I want to recommend to you, that I found useful and I enjoyed. And the first one is Joel Salatin's Folks, This Ain't Normal. Farmer's advice for happier hens, healthier people, and a better world. If you want to find this book and read it, I will have a link down below in the thing. Help yourself. Highly recommend it. I love this book, and it will change the way that you look at things for people my age. I was born in '93, so like 90s and younger, it kind of tells you of a way of life that most of us have never seen, where our lives were our responsibility, and that's how we liked it. We didn't want other people controlling our food, our energy, or anything like that. We wanted to be free. If you are younger, this book will do a lot for you in the way of understanding what your life can be and should be and used to be. Joel Salatin has a very charismatic and funny writing style, but at the same time it's filled with knowledge and wisdom and practicality. But he's got one chapter that's called Poop, the Whole Poop, and Nothing But the Poop. But basically this book breaks down the fragility of the easiness of modern civilization. Most chapters focus on a topic. They present the deviances that we as a society have made from historical norms, the implications of those deviances, and then at the end it gives you like a list of things that you can do in your life to take steps in returning to historical normalcy. Some of the things talked about are CAFOs, cooking, herbivores' role in a healthy farming system or ecosystem, government, the effects petroleum has had on society, the negative effects by making work too easy and kind of weakening society as a whole, microbiology and the role that plays in healthy living. It's the role of living food in proper health. On that, I've got an excerpt from the book for you, from chapter 15, Let's Make a Despicable Farm, page 215. I'm going to read to you. I'm going to start reading now. In school, we all learned about Louis Pasteur, who looked in a microscope, identified little bugs that he called germs, and decided that we'd all be healthier if these critters were annihilated. A French contemporary of his, who is still obscure to most people, had a different opinion. His name was Antoine Béchamp, and he advanced the terrain theory. He agreed that germs were bad guys, but postulated that what allowed them to advance on our health was the terrain we created in our immune systems. He argued that our immune systems, maintained by stress-free living, getting enough sleep, hygiene, sanitation, and diet, created an immunological hedge of protection against these bad guys. Pasteur, however, carried the day in court of public opinion because he was more handsome, more flamboyant, and gave a better interview. He would have been a big hit on Good Morning America or the Today Show. Besides, his theory won widespread support because people love to be victims. We're hardwired to blame somebody or something else for our deficiencies. So, that kind of starts to point you in the direction of the importance of living non-processed, non-sterilized food, because your body is filled with living cells, bacteria, and other types of microbes. And the terrain that we're trekking in today's civilization is so disconnected from nature and the true real world is not conducive to real health and happiness. To find the answer to those big questions, the place to look is nature. Now I've got another excerpt for you from chapter 3, hog killings and laying in the larder. And this starts to talk about the food systems and food security. And here on page 44 he says, if anyone could snap their fingers tomorrow and double the world's food production, not one single child would get a better meal than she got today. The world is throwing away mountains of food every day, and nobody goes hungry because of lack of food. They go hungry because of a lack of distribution. I'm going to jump up to 53 here. I like this part too. It says, we're acting like a mama bear facing hibernation, who rather than eating extra to put on fat for the long sleep, lies around watching the leaves fall, hoping someone will come and feed her in January. Indeed, it begs the question of whether a civilization this irresponsible toward the primal requisites for survival can or even should survive. Food security is not in the supermarket, it's not in the government, it is not at the emergency services division. True food security is the historical normalcy of packing it in during the abundant times, summertime when your garden's booming, building that in-house larder and resting easy knowing that our little ones are not dependent on next week's farmer's market or the electronic cashiers at the supermarket. Rate it. So again, never have I claimed to be some kind of genius or smart. The whole point of these videos is I'm not that smart. And there's a little tangent here. I want to apologize for the way I get, excuse me, when I read my notes. I tend to write a lot smarter than I talk. So I write these things down and they sound real nice, but I can't remember them, and I can't say them either. They're not just there. I guess they are because I thought them and wrote them, but I don't just spit them out. I'm not the best public speaker. All right, so forgive me for that, please, Miss Barbara West. But I do think that the way I think and the way I'm still working to design my life is right. I don't see how it can't be. And my goal is to get more people to think that way, because it's the way. It's the way for everybody. That's the way to fix shit. These problems that we've got in the world today, most of them would go away if people really started taking more responsibility for themselves and thought for themselves. And that's what I want to spread today. Well, every day that I make one of these videos, that's what I'm trying to do. Some of you people who already think this way and are already doing these things, maybe you don't like me because I can't teach you as much because I'm not an expert, okay? And that's fine. But my goal is to be talking to more people, or talking to people who aren't thinking this way yet, or are, and are scared to actually start taking steps, and show them that you can do it if you're stupid like me. You still can do it. And you might even be able to do it better than me. So try. Do it. Take steps into gaining control back of your life that make you less dependent on those systems that don't give a fuck about you. Yeah, I said fuck. I did. I say it all the time. Fuckity fuck, fuck, fuck. I like this book. And I think you should read it. Now, this one and one other one that Joel does, he has there, so like the Audible version, he actually, the author narrates the book, which makes it really nice. Because sometimes you listen to these books, like a lot of times I'm driving in my to and from work, and instead of listening to COVID shit or modern country music, I listen to books. I learn stuff. I make use of that time. Do something with it. And it can be really annoying when you have like a shitty narrator doing a book, or somebody with an annoying voice and whatnot. It doesn't actually give a shit. They're just doing it for their... I don't know how much they make. But this book will change the way that you think about shit. And I hope you read it. And with that, this has been another thing with O'Leary's Garden. And if you like the work that we're doing here, please help support us by doing your Amazon shopping at o'learylink.com. I will put a link for this book, the hard copy, on Amazon in the thing, as well as a link to the Audible book, if I can figure out how to do it. I don't even know if I can yet. Thanks for watching.